What if Lamborghini built something bigger than a yacht, more aggressive than a private jet, and faster than most supercars on the road? What if they built a motorhome with 2,200 horsepower, not a camper, not an RV, a $15 million rolling penthouse designed for billionaires who think mansions are too stationary? Today, we're stepping inside the 2026 Lamborghini Titanium Stratos Motorhome. And by the end of this video, you're going to question everything you thought you knew about luxury travel. Welcome back to Cars Recapx, where the future of automotive design isn't imagined, it's engineered. And today, Lamborghini doesn't just enter the motorhome market, they dominate it. Let's start with the first look, because this doesn't look like something you park, it looks like something that lands. Finished in deep stealth gray, with sharp geometric aero channels carved across its body, the Titanium Stratos carries Lamborghini's unmistakable wedge DNA, stretched, widened, and elevated into something that feels closer to a land-based superyacht than a traditional vehicle. The front fascia is dominated by a diamond-shaped panoramic shield window, a single, uninterrupted glass structure that flows upward into a floating matte titanium roofline. It's not flat, it's sculpted. When parked, the adaptive air suspension lowers the entire structure into what Lamborghini calls launch stance. The profile compresses, the angles sharpen, the vehicle crouches like it's ready to strike. And remember, this is a motorhome. Already, expectations are shattered. The body panels aren't traditional aluminum or steel. They're constructed from carbon titanium laminate, a hybrid composite engineered for maximum rigidity and reduced mass. This isn't about comfort first, it's about performance first. Active aerodynamic vents line both sides of the body. At cruising speeds, they remain flush, but under high-load conditions, they open dynamically, channeling air directly toward the hybrid V16 cooling system. Even the lighting tells a story. Lamborghini's signature Y-pattern LEDs stretch across the entire rear width, glowing like a stealth fighter preparing for takeoff. And then there are the wheels. 30-inch turbine-forged hyper rims, wrapped in self-sealing, graphene-reinforced performance tires. Let that sink in. 30 inches on a motorhome. Before we step inside, I need to ask you something. If this existed tomorrow, would you actually drive it? Or would you hire someone and ride in the back? Comment that right now, driver or passenger, because the cockpit is something you need to see. But first, let's enter the cabin. The door opens vertically. Of course it does. Lamborghini doesn't do traditional. As you step inside, you're greeted by a floating staircase built entirely from exposed carbon fiber. Each step glows underneath with subtle red ambient lighting. It feels less like entering a vehicle and more like boarding a private jet designed by a supervillain architect. The flooring beneath you? Heated marble. Yes, marble. But not decorative marble, reinforced, lightweight composite stone engineered to withstand dynamic movement. Every detail has intent. The main living area opens into a full-width architectural lounge. Hand-stitched gray Alcantara wraps the walls and seating. Satin-finished gold trim outlines structural edges. Hidden LED veins trace the geometric seams of the interior panels. The seating system features adaptive zero-gravity lounge chairs. At the push of a holographic interface, they recline, rotate, and reconfigure into a cinematic configuration facing a massive 180-degree curved OLED display wall. This isn't a TV, it's an immersive horizon screen. Navigation maps stretch across it in real time. Satellite feeds stream in ultra-high resolution. Entertainment systems sync through orbital broadband connectivity. You could park in the middle of the Sahara and still stream 8K video without buffering. Now here's something unexpected: the fragrance control system. Yes, Lamborghini developed exclusive interior scent profiles for this vehicle. Nero Driftwood, Titanium Dawn, Hypervelocity Leather. Each scent calibrated to match driving mode and interior lighting themes. In Strata mode, the cabin smells refined and subtle. In Corsa mode, the lighting shifts red, and the scent intensifies into a sharper leather metal blend. This is multi-sensory engineering. Move toward the kitchen, and suddenly this feels less like a road vehicle and more like a Michelin test lab. Matte black titanium countertops stretch across the wall. The induction cooking surface is fully automated, capable of adjusting heat distribution based on the pan type it detects. The oven? Nano-smart scanning technology. Place ingredients inside and it analyzes density, moisture content, and composition before calibrating the cooking sequence. There's a temperature-controlled wine wall integrated vertically behind electrochromic glass. Cabinet drawers glide open on magnetic rail systems, completely silent. Even the sink is sculpted from crystal-infused composite stone, designed to refract ambient light like a gallery installation. This isn't cooking, it's performance cuisine. Now at this point, you're probably thinking, okay, it's luxurious, but it's still a motorhome. Let's talk about the private suite, because this is where the master bedroom rejects traditional softness. Instead of warm curves and cozy fabrics, you get structured aggression. An angular headboard carved from matte composite panels. Gold-lit ambient veins run through the surface like illuminated circuitry. The bed features climate-adaptive smart fabric that adjusts temperature based on biometric readings. Yes, it reads your body temperature while you sleep. Privacy glass wraps the windows. With a single voice command, it transitions from transparent panoramic views to armored blackout mode. You could be parked in downtown Monaco or alone in the desert. Either way, you control what the world sees. The bathroom continues the theme of aggressive luxury. Black stone carved sinks, gold mesh drainage pattern embedded into the flooring. Ionized rainfall shower system that purifies and softens water on contact. Even the mirrors are smart glass interactive panels. Weather, route updates, security feeds, all accessible while brushing your teeth. Heated surfaces are integrated into the walls, flooring, and towel rails. It feels less like an RV bathroom and more like a spa suite inside a $100 million penthouse. And just when you think it ends there, there's a second floor. A suspended carbon staircase leads upward into an elevated panoramic suite. The upper level is wrapped in stadium-style skyline glass. Imagine parking on the Amalfi Coast, or overlooking Dubai Marina, or camping above the Swiss Alps. You're not below the view, you're above it. This space can function as a secondary bedroom, executive office, or private lounge. And because of the reinforced carbon titanium chassis, the structure remains stable even at highway speeds. Now, if you chose driver earlier in the comments, this is your moment. The cockpit is directly inspired by the Lamborghini Revuelto, hexagonal steering core, jet fighter-style throttle paddles, holographic digital cluster suspended within a glass canopy. The windshield curves around the cabin like a fighter jet nose cone, giving near 180-degree forward visibility. AI navigation predicts terrain changes in real time. Satellite-linked autopilot assists during long-distance grand touring. But make no mistake, This machine was built to be driven. Now let's talk about the part that makes this completely unreasonable: power. Underneath the carbon titanium shell sits a quad-electric hybrid system paired to a titanium block V16 hyper engine. Combined output: 2,200 horsepower, 0 to 60 miles per hour, in under 4 seconds. In something this size, torque vectoring all-wheel drive distributes power dynamically across all axles. Active downforce adjusters integrated into the roof plating deploy at high speeds. Cooling wings extend outward during performance mode to stabilize airflow. And the suspension: adaptive quantum air suspension. It uses satellite terrain scanning to predict road surface changes before the wheels even make contact. It doesn't react, it anticipates. Let's pause. This weighs more than most commercial trucks, and yet it accelerates like a supercar. That alone changes the entire motorhome category. There is nothing else like this, not even close. So what does something like this cost? Starting price: over $15 million. And that's before personalization, because Lamborghini's ad personam division allows full customization: exterior finishes, interior materials, personal insignias, custom lighting themes. This isn't a purchase, it's a commissioned artifact. Only a handful would ever be produced. Which means this isn't transportation. It's a collector's piece that happens to move. Pull this into Monaco. People stop. Park it in Beverly Hills. Cameras come out. Arrive at a private event in this, and suddenly, the supercars in the valet line look ordinary. That's the kind of statement this makes. So now, I'll ask you the ultimate question. If you had $15 million, would you buy this? Or would you rather A. build a mansion, B. buy a private jet, C. own this rolling hyper-palace? Comment A, B, or C below. And if you want to see what Bugatti, Ferrari, or Rolls-Royce would do with a hyper-motorhome concept like this, make sure you subscribe, because we're just getting started. This isn't camping, it isn't traveling, it isn't even driving. It's arrival engineered. Thanks for watching Cars Recaps, and I'll see you in the next one.